Hello everyone, this is KC Koti Sharma of EC Department from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today I would like to tell you about the Gauss law, which is one of the very important laws to calculate the characteristics of the electric field. As we know, electric field strength and electric flux density are two important parameters of the electric field. Here we are trying to calculate those parameters with the help of Gauss law. Before we have Coulomb's law also can calculate both the parameters, electric field strength and electric field intensity. And even though we have Coulomb's law, why we go for Gauss law here is, Gauss law is applicable for symmetrical charges. If the charge is symmetrical charge, we can directly apply Gauss law. Gauss law involves less mathematical equations than Coulomb's law. Now if you go through the statement of Gauss law here is trying to link electric flux with charge directly. If you go for Coulomb's law, there we have to calculate force, or we have to calculate electric field intensity E. Then we can go for the electric flux density or electric displacement, we can call it as. So now in case of Gauss law is directly linking flux with charge. If you go to the statement of Gauss law statement is, Gauss law states the total flux through any closed surface is equal to the total charge enclosed by that surface. Here the total flux through any closed surface. Here flux is represented with the symbol psi. Electric flux is represented with psi. And now here we are trying to write electric flux in terms of flux density. Flux density is represented as T. Flux density or electric displacement. Another name we can take for D is displacement. Flux density or electric displacement. This displacement is, or electric flux density is flux per unit area. This is psi by ds. Unit area here is ds. Now here our word we need to take is flux, electric flux. Electric flux is psi here. And that flux is equal to the charge enclosed by the surface, or flux through any closed surface. As we have D as psi by ds, that means psi, flux is equal to D into ds. Or if you want to calculate the total psi, then we have to take it as integral D dot ds. This is for a total closed surface. So as we are taking for closed surface, we must take the closed integral over the surface area. Then we can take flux as closed integral of flux density into ds. Now that flux must be equal to the charge enclosed by the surface. Here as we are using the word charge enclosed, we must take the volume charge. So if you take the charge enclosed as volume charge, I am trying to get the relation between this charge and volume charge. Volume charge and charge relation is Q we can take. Q is charge and that Q we can take as integral rho v dv. And now here integration is over the volume. Now here we need to equate both psi and Q enclosed. Here according to the statement of Gauss law, we can take flux through any closed surface equal to the charge enclosed by that surface. Here psi equal to Q enclosed. And if we write the meaning of psi in terms of electric flux density or electric displacement D, psi equal to integral D dot ds. Similarly, as we have to calculate Q enclosed, charge enclosed is along a volume, Q equal to integral rho v dv over the volume. Now here we need to simplify those terms. Here final thing is psi equal to Q enclosed. So as we have the meanings for both psi, flux and Q enclosed, psi we can write as integral d dot ds over the closed volume, which must be equal to integral rho v dv over the closed volume. Now here we have to equate these two terms. Means closed integral d dot ds and integral over the volume, rho v dv. Now, we can't directly compare those integrals because one is surface integral and one more is volume integral. So now to compare the terms on LHS and RHS, we have to convert either of these integrals into the other form. Now here I am trying to convert this surface integral into volume integral by applying the divergence theorem. What divergence theorem says is, if we have a vector A over the volume ds, over the closed volume ds, integral A dot ds equal to integral A volume integral del dot A over volume. This is a statement of divergence theorem. Divergence theorem can relate surface and volume integrals. Here I am taking an example of a vector A, integral A dot ds equal to del dot A into d. In that way we can link surface and volume integrals. Here if you apply the same here our vector is d, integral d dot ds over the closed, this one will be the result by applying divergence theorem. Integral d dot ds will become del dot d dv over the volume. So now here we can replace integral d dot ds, this second term, with del dot d dv. So now final, this thing is psi equal to q, which is equal to integral del dot d. Now I am taking both flux and charge in volume integral terms. Del dot d over volume dv, which is equal to integral rho v dv. Now both the integrations are over the volume. So then we can compare them easily. So now by comparing both the volume integrals here, del dot d will become rho v. Now del dot d equal to rho v. This we can take as Gauss law. This equation obtained is, this one we can take as the first Maxwell's equations for electrostatics. And this is obtained by taking Gauss law and by taking the help of divergence theorem. So this is one of the important equations, Maxwell's equations for electrostatics. Gauss law finally gives us the first Maxwell's equations for electrostatics. Here Gauss law tells us the relation between flux and charge. The total flux enclosed by the surface is always equal to charge enclosed. To get the charge enclosed here, we are taking volume charge case, and to get the flux, we are taking the help of flux density. Initially, we have one surface integral and one volume integral. Then, to compare both the terms, we try to convert surface integral into volume integral with the help of divergence theorem. And finally, the equation obtained is del dot d equal to rho v, that we can take as the first of four Maxwell's equations. That will be the first of four Maxwell's equations, and this is the first Maxwell's equation for electrostatics. So the first of the four Maxwell's equations are, the first Maxwell equation for electrostatic fields is obtained by taking the help of Gauss law and divergence theorem. And sometimes we can take Gauss law as an alternative statement of Coulomb's law. But the major difference between these two is Gauss law is applicable for only symmetrical charge distributions, but whereas Coulomb's law is applicable for both symmetrical and asymmetrical charge distributions. If we go through the applications of Gauss law will give us both E and D parameters. E and D, both electric field strength or electric field intensity, and the second one is electric flux density. These two are the important parameters for electric fields. These two important parameters can be calculated with the help of Gauss law. So we can take the first application of Gauss law, we can take as Gauss law is helpful to calculate both the important characteristic parameters, electric field intensity and electric flux density. And now here if you go for this one, del dot d, or if d is normal to the surface, d dot ds. D dot ds we can take as d ds, dot product, d ds into cos theta. d dot ds equal to d ds into cos theta. If d is normal, then theta will become, this angle will become 0 degrees. Then d dot ds will become d into ds because cos 0. This one is cos 0. So if it is normal, d dot ds will become d into ds. So directly, if d is normal to the surface, we can directly take the product of electric flux density and surface area. In that way, we can calculate d easily. Similarly, if d is tangential to the surface, d dot ds will become 0. If you know that charge is distributed symmetrically, then we can simply construct a Gaussian surface. So if you go through the applications of Gauss law is used to calculate electric field strength or electric field intensity, and the second parameter is electric flux density. To calculate these two, Gauss law is helpful, but here the condition is charge distribution must be symmetrical. So in all the cases, if we can calculate electric flux density and electric field strength in case of all the charge distributions. Different charge distributions are point charge, line charge, surface charge and volume charge. In all the cases, we can calculate electric flux density with the help of Gauss law. But only thing is, we have to construct the Gaussian surface. So by constructing the Gaussian surface, in case of all the charge distributions, we can calculate electric flux density and electric field strength. These we can take as the applications of Gauss law. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.